Hi, my name is Sashida Suresh Kumar. I'm currently a second year student at Vitebsk State Medical University. For those of you who don't know, Vitebsk State Medical University is in Belarus. It's a country called the White Russia because it's beautiful, there's a lot of snow. It's highly exciting for a young kid like me. I mean, to go get dropped off in a country you don't know, with no one to look after you, no support system, nothing, it can be quite scaring. However, my experience in my first year wasn't so bad. There was a lot of help along the way. Mr. Amila, Dr. Darangan, Dr. Bhatia and the whole team, they kind of do the whole process for you. So there's not much question or doubt in your mind when you're going there. After you reach there, there's a support system there, which is the 300 to 400 odd Sri Lankan students who are actually studying there right now. So they help you a lot. There's a lot of Akis and Ayas who are willing to help you, and you actually meet a lot of amazing people. With the whole society there, it's a pretty basic society. I wouldn't say it's very modernized, however it's not the traditional rural society. There's a lot to do. I would say there's more to do there than there is in Sri Lanka. There's bowling, there's paintball, there's laser tag, there's so many exciting things that you can do apart from the mainstream going there and studying, which is what most people don't do. I believe as a medical student, you do need to have a certain amount of extracurricular activities, otherwise you're just gonna boil down and steam off in a way that you do not want to. The life there is very nice, it's exciting. We do a lot of fun things, like there's a Sri Lankan Medical Students Union that organizes a lot of events, like there's a cricket tournament and a basketball tournament, and we celebrate all the Sri Lankan holidays like Sinhala and Tamil New Year. We also have a Kale Villa for Deepavali, and we celebrate Ramazan and Hajj, and it's like one big family there. So we understand each other, we appreciate each other, and differences that maybe should matter don't matter at all. Race, religion, culture, creed, it's all one thing there. We're all one big family, and it's actually a really nice place. Overall, I would say geographically it's situated in a very easy access region where we get easy visa to go to European countries. In fact, some of my friends will be visiting Spain this November. So it opens up a lot of opportunities for people, and I think that's what medical school is supposed to do for you. Apart from that, I would have to say that my first year at this university has been a very pleasant one. I haven't had any problems with the university. Overall, I'm very pleased with the facilities that I have been provided by my university. I'll just give you a little brief explanation. There's three main buildings. So there's the administrative building and the newly constructed library building, and then the general university building. And we have a lot of facilities in our university. We actually have a morgue, and that was actually cool. I went and visited the morgue. So you have pools of formalin and bodies in different stages of decomposition, and then your university group has a maximum of 14 people and a minimum of 10 people. So the learning group is small. It's easier to communicate with your professor. You get personalized attention, which I didn't get at school, and I've understood the importance of it. Each group gets a cadaver to work with during anatomy and stuff. So resources are actually great. So I would highly recommend my university to anyone. And if you do come there, you can always call me up. I'm willing to help. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hi, my name is Ninesh Pinto. I study at Vitebsk State Medical University in Belarus. I'm currently in the 4th year of my education there. The course in Belarus is a duration of 6 years. But if you're entering without A-levels, then there's a foundation pre-med course which you can do. So the first 3 years of these 6 years are divided into preclinical sciences. So during these preclinical sciences, you will learn subjects like anatomy, histology, embryology, cytology, physiology, biochemistry, and other such subjects. And during the clinical years, that's during the last 3 years of your education there, you'll be taught more specialized subjects such as obstetrics and gynecology, pediatry, surgery, internal medicine, pharmacology, and so on. So during these 6 years, you will be taught Russian in our university. During the first 3 years, they will teach you Russian. So in the first year, they will teach you basic Russian so that you can talk to the people you meet on the streets, in your hostel, and so on. But during the second and third years, they'll be teaching more clinical Russian so that you won't have a problem when you go to do your clinicals in hospitals. When you talk about the hospitals there are about 5 or 6 big hospitals. I think the total bed count is about 4,000 beds, so that's a lot. And the teachers there are very approachable. When you meet them, they all know your name. It's a very personal experience there when it comes to the teachers. And you'll be divided into groups when you go in for your first year. So my group has 10 students. The biggest groups have like 14 students in them. So the teacher to student ratio is very high, which I believe is very important when it comes to studying medicine. And when you talk about the examination procedures there, I think it's very extensive. During the course of one subject, you have mini unit tests. They're called controls there. So in addition to this, at the end of your course, you'll be tested through multiple choice questions, a practical examination, and a final theory examination. The people there are actually very nice, from the professors to the local students to your friends who are there, our seniors. Everyone is really nice. And amongst the people in the hostel, we share our notes with each other. So resources are plentiful there. There are libraries within the university. There are about 4 libraries there. They all work till about 9 o'clock in the night. So if you want to do some studying after your university hours, you can always go to one of the libraries and sit down. And there's also a large, what's very sort of, how do you say, what is very inspiring is that there are so many doctors who are working here now. And when they're very open, we can talk to them whenever we want, and they're very helpful. And the people here at IMC are also very helpful with the application procedures and also looking after us from here when we are there. If you do come to Vitebsk State Medical University, please come talk to us. We are waiting to meet new students, and I hope to see you there. Thank you.
My name is Burhanuddin Hamza. I graduated from Vitebsk State Medical University. At the moment, I am trying to sit for the exams that are conducted by the Sri Lankan Medical Council. After my examination, I will be doing my internship. And after the internship, I will hopefully want to specialize in surgery. So the surgery that I have actually selected is oncology. I want to do oncosurgery. That has been my dream from childhood. Now talking about the university that I actually studied at, that is Vitebsk State Medical University. In short, it is a university that actually facilitates all the needs that a student basically needs to become a very good doctor, right? If the amount of money that you are actually spending is actually worthwhile compared to the knowledge that you gain. So therefore, I consider it a very good place for future studies, especially with regard to medicine. Apart from those things, I also value the education system that is provided. I mean, it is a system that is, I think, very specific to the Russian education system, because the Russian education system requires you to study every day before going to the class. Now, when we take a typical example of any Sri Lankan student who has done his O-levels or A-levels, basically, he will wait last minute and then take his books and study for the exam, which is something that will not help him becoming a good doctor. Yes, he might pass the exams with flying colors, but it will not help him to treat patients, diagnose patients. It will be difficult, because when you do that, I have done that personally. When in my A-levels as well, I have done that. I have taken everything from a book, go on to the exam, vomited everything out there, and then a few days later, I've forgotten everything. What's the point? In medicine, that is not required. In medicine, it is required that you remember everything and you are able to take all those concepts and apply it. So that is something I value a lot in our university. Another thing is that we have something called a group learning, where we are in groups. Basically, in a lecture hall, we are with around 150-200 students, but in practical classes, we are in groups. So there's a lot of attention that is actually played with the lecturers and whoever is actually teaching. A lot of facilities you get to assist surgeries. For dissections, you are provided all those facilities, and those are the things that will actually determine whether you will be a good doctor or not. And when you look into the process of getting into Belarus, it's a little complicated, because unlike other countries where English language is commonly spoken, out there Russian is the preferred language. So therefore, for you to get the application done, for you to actually get all those letters done, because now when you go abroad to any country, what is the first thing that you need? You need the visa of that country, but you don't get the visa of that country. What you need is, you are going in a situation where you are given letters from the university and you go on arrival visa basis. So therefore, IMC has helped all the students with regard to that process. not only before going to university, also after. As soon as you land there, there will be an IMC staff who will come with a representative of the university, will drive you from Minsk, which is the capital, to the city that we are going to go to, that is Vitebsk, right? Provide you with all the things, because out there also there will be other things also you will need to do. You will need to actually, now when we go there, the first thing is we only get around 14 days visa, and then after we go there, we have to get a 1-year visa. So all of those processors are being provided by IMC. I mean, you know, they are there throughout the period. And now in my experience, right, these IMC staff, as I also was a student coordinator with regard to the university, I used to be responsible for every student that was there. I mean, all Sri Lankan students, whenever there was a problem, I was the person who was there. And there are more student coordinators that again are appointed by the IMC. So you have to, whenever, now I have had instances where parents have called me in the middle of the night because they cannot reach to the son or daughter, and I have to contact them and tell them, please contact your parents because your parents are highly worried. Forget that, that's a very simple example. I have had students who have had attacks on bronchial asthma. I mean, they've got attacks on bronchial asthma, and I've taken them to the hospital to get them nebulized. People who have got appendicitis, I've taken, so, you know, things like that. So IMC is not just doing a process, I mean, not only helping you out before, but also when you go there, right, they've always been there. They've been there throughout our 6 years. And the most important person, Dr. Bhatia, who's actually in charge out there, he's the one who gets our degrees finally attested. Because now when you graduate, there's a lot of procedure that is involved. When you graduate, your degree has to be attested by firstly the foreign ministry of that country, and then later on the Sri Lankan embassy, right? So because of that, all of that was actually, you know, coordinated by Dr. Bhatia himself. So if you ask me, you know, if Vitebsk State Medical University is a good university to study, I would definitely say yes, right? And if you ask me who is the organization that has actually helped me and helped a lot more students, definitely the answer would be IMC.
Hi, my name is Janisha Ratnayaka, and I got accepted to the first year at Vitebsk State Medical University. The reason I picked this particular university is because they offer the Doctor of Medicine program, which is a 6-year degree, and they are also recognized by the Sri Lanka Medical Council. This is a huge advantage for me since my ultimate goal is to one day come back and work for my country. The best and most convenient way for me was to go through IMC because they have an office here in Sri Lanka as well as in Belarus. So here they take care of our admissions, student visa, our air tickets, and they even translate all the documents for us. And once we go there, they take care of our transport from the airport, and they take care of our student lodging, and they even monitor our progress by looking at our attendance and exams. So I'm very excited for this whole new experience since I just got out of school, and I'll be living in a foreign country for about 6 years, so I'm extremely excited.
Realize your medical career objectives with IMC. Science at the heart of medicine.